The wrestling world has absolutely exploded following the April 4th, 2025 episode of SmackDown. Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton stepped into the ring for what was supposed to be a standard face-to-face promo ahead of their WrestleMania 41 clash. What fans got instead was something nobody saw coming: a chaotic, off-script war of words that became so personal, WWE had to step in and scrub parts of the segment from their official platforms. Today, we're diving deep into exactly what went down between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, why this promo turned into one of the most controversial moments on WWE television in years, and how WWE has been scrambling to manage the fallout. Plus, we'll look at why this situation is so critical, given Tiffany Stratton is just weeks away from defending her WWE Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair at the biggest event of the year. This match at WrestleMania 41 was already carrying serious expectations. On one side, you have Charlotte Flair, a legacy performer, the Queen, the woman synonymous with championship gold. She's coming back from a grueling injury, riding the momentum of winning the Women's Royal Rumble match, and fans largely expect her to cap off this comeback story by winning the title once again. It's Charlotte Flair. After all, when the stakes are high, she delivers. But on the other side stands Tiffany Stratton, one of the fastest rising stars in WWE. Stratton has captured the hearts of fans with her charisma, athleticism, and sharp mic work. She's more over now than she's ever been, solidifying herself as a believable, fresh-faced babyface champion. There's a real section of the fanbase that believes WWE might, and maybe even should, roll the dice and let Stratton walk out of WrestleMania 41 still holding the championship. WWE has been working overtime to build emotional investment into the storyline. They've orchestrated brawls, produced intense split-screen interviews, and crafted layered storytelling moments leading up to this match. And for the most part, it felt like Charlotte Flair was doing what Charlotte Flair does best, dominating the psychological warfare. Stratton, for all her talent, was being positioned as the underdog trying to prove herself against one of the greatest to ever do it. That all changed on April 4th. When fans tuned into that SmackDown, they weren't expecting a typical promo. They witnessed a full-on car crash. It quickly became apparent that Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair had gone completely off-script, throwing deeply personal jabs that visibly rattled both women. WWE, almost immediately, knew they had a situation on their hands. Let's break down some of what actually got said and why it caused such a firestorm. Tiffany Stratton, standing confidently in the ring, told Charlotte that she would always come second to her father, the legendary Ric Flair. As if that wasn't enough of a shot, she twisted the knife by saying that when it was all said and done, Charlotte would end up the same way she is outside of the ring, alone. Then Stratton pivoted to an even more personal attack, referencing Charlotte's real-life personal struggles. She mockingly asked Flair what the record was now, 0-3, referring to Charlotte's history of 3 divorces. This was a shocking comment to hear live on air, especially because just days earlier, Charlotte had appeared on the daytime talk show Sherry to candidly discuss her latest divorce from Andrade. Now, personal lives are just that, personal. Most fans, frankly, don't care how many times Charlotte Flair has been married. If she's happy and healthy, that's all that matters. When you pull real-life issues into a wrestling promo, you have to be extremely careful. As Paul Heyman has famously explained in the past, a shoot promo only works when it connects back to the story being told in the ring. Otherwise, it just feels like tabloid gossip. Tiffany's comments felt less like building a wrestling story and more like airing dirty laundry for shock value. And Charlotte? She fired back. As Stratton was exiting the ring, Charlotte hurled a final bomb. She asked if that's why Ludwig Kaiser was in her DMs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Charlotte Flair dragged Ludwig Kaiser into the mess, implying that Stratton's relationship status was complicated. Again, fans weren't expecting this. WWE certainly wasn't expecting this. Immediately following the segment, WWE scrambled to remove the most volatile parts from their social media recaps and YouTube uploads. The version of the promo posted on WWE's official YouTube channel omitted all references to Charlotte's divorces, to Stratton's DM drama, and to Charlotte's struggles with loneliness and family issues. WWE cut out the entire messy exchange at the end of the segment, the part that most fans were buzzing about. It's worth noting how deeply personal some of these comments cut. Charlotte Flair has always been open about her rocky path into wrestling. She's spoken about her struggles growing up, about her brother Reed's tragic passing due to overdose, and how those experiences shaped her journey to WWE. Wrestling was never her dream, it was Reed's. After his death, Charlotte stepped into the ring to honor him. It's not just career ambition that drives her, it's legacy, family, grief, and resilience. So when Tiffany Stratton dragged up Charlotte's troubled past in a promo, and then connected it to WrestleMania, it crossed a line. And when Charlotte fired back with the DM comment, it only escalated the situation. Now the question becomes, how does WWE handle this? What's the next move? To answer that, you have to look at WWE history. This isn't the first time that an off-script moment caused chaos backstage. Who could forget the infamous Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch title swap incident? That time, tensions between the two boiled over live on SmackDown, leading to Charlotte dropping the belt at Becky's feet. Backstage, there was shouting, screaming, and Charlotte was eventually escorted out of the building. The key lesson from that incident, and from any business dispute, really is simple: personal issues stay behind the curtain. In the ring, in front of the cameras, it's all about business. And that's exactly how WWE needs to approach the Charlotte and Tiffany situation. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, or whoever is running creative needs to sit both women down and lay it out clearly. This is about WrestleMania 41. This is about putting on a world-class match that fans have paid to see. Whatever personal feelings they have toward each other must stay behind closed doors. You don't have to like each other. You don't even have to respect each other personally. But once that music hits, once the bell rings, it's about professionalism. It's about honoring the fans, the company, and the business. And let's be honest, both women know that. Charlotte Flair is a veteran who understands what's at stake. Tiffany Stratton is ambitious and talented enough to realize that you don't blow your biggest opportunity by letting personal drama get in the way. There's simply too much on the line. So what's next? Expect WWE to play it safe in the coming weeks. Future segments between Charlotte and Tiffany will almost certainly be tightly scripted, with less room for improvisation. The promos will be more focused on the in-ring competition, on the stakes of WrestleMania, and on each woman's desire to cement her legacy. As for the match itself, it's going to be a spectacle. Whether it happens on WrestleMania Saturday or WrestleMania Sunday, this is poised to be one of the marquee matches of the event. Charlotte Flair could cap off her comeback story with another championship win, or Tiffany Stratton could pull off the biggest win of her career and truly arrive as a made woman in WWE. Either way, the fans are going to win. And ultimately, that's the point. Wrestling fans don't tune in for real-life soap opera drama. They tune in to see larger-than-life characters battle it out in the squared circle. They want athleticism, storytelling, passion, not passive-aggressive sniping over personal lives. At the end of the day, what happened on April 4th was wild. It was messy, it was emotional, it got people talking, but it's over now. WWE has moved to contain the damage, and now it's time for the stars to refocus on the task at hand, stealing the show at WrestleMania 41. As a fan, you should be excited, because when two performers have real-life tension, if they're professionals about it, it often leads to magic in the ring. Let's hope that's exactly what happens here. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Were Tiffany and Charlotte completely out of line? Should WWE have let the full segment air without edits? And most importantly, who are you rooting for at WrestleMania 41? Tiffany Stratton or Charlotte Flair? Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one.